Number 8 is craft shaming. People shaming people about their skill level in crafting. This is a huge problem I've seen, especially on Instagram. People shaming people for the level of skill they have when they craft something, whether it's a diorama, whether they're sewing doll clothes, whether it's how they present their pictures and post them on Instagram. It's just shaming. Even how clean, I guess, a person's dolls are when they post them. We some of these accounts, we don't know how old some of these people are. So if you see a doll with a dirty face or something, it could be that you're shaming a child and you don't know it. It could be a child that this is the dolls that they have. Maybe their parents had to get them from the thrift store or something, and they're not aware that the doll's face may be dirty or what have you. I've seen people shame like doll accounts because the doll's face may not be as clean as it should be or what have you. So it's really weird, the craft shaming and the I guess the doll cleanliness shaming of the doll, because behind the account you really don't know how old some of these people are. So I think people should really stop and think who you're talking to when you're shaming people about their craftsmanship, or just the photo quality, the quality of someone's diorama, the quality of someone's doll clothing, the quality of someone's camera, that sort of thing, how well they're making their crafts. That person is probably doing the best that they can with what they have. Everybody, even grown people, you would say, well, you're grown, you should have a lot of money. That's not always the case for every grown person. Excuse me. So even though we may be in the adult doll collector community, there's still adult people that are struggling. If you have a great job, that's great, but some people don't always have great jobs. I've had a really great job, and then I've had, lower level jobs. So I understand both sides of the aisle. So we really should kind of be more cognizant of how we're treating people in the doll community when it comes to that. My little doll diorama that I did with the my Froggy Stuff thing, like the mermaid grotto, you guys are very kind to me on that. I like how it came out and all that, but you guys were very kind to me on that, so I want to say thank you for that. But there are some people, they are not very kind. They go hard on people and talk about people's skills and everything. So that's just something to be cognizant of if you're new to the doll community or something of that nature. Just be confident in that if you keep doing it, that you'll get better. If you keep taking pictures, you'll get better. I started my Dollstagram, my doll Instagram account in 2017, and I can tell you that my photographs have gotten better when I take doll photographs. If you pay attention to some of the better Instagram accounts and things, you'll see that even they have improved on how they do things. So just kind of hang in there and just keep trying to improve your craft and work on your angles and different things like that, and you will get better and better and better. That craft shaming stuff is really weird. I don't know why adult people partake in that. I think it's really childish to really do that. Craft shame and things of that nature, but there are people doing it, so just try to rise above and just ignore people when they're doing that. The next topic I would like to bring up that I don't like about the doll community, and this may ruffle some feathers a little bit, but it is anti-blackness. Yes, you may be shocked, but there is a lot of anti-blackness in the doll community. I'm gonna first start this out by saying that I've seen some people who don't like they say like they're a black doll collector, and I have seen like people who are not black ask them, why do you only collect black dolls? Or they'll say, well, you're racist because you only collect black dolls. And to me it's a little strange because I don't think people are racist that only collect white dolls. So, to to me, if you collect black dolls, you're collecting a doll in your own likeness. So to me, you are not racist for that. That's just my personal opinion. Do I like people who have diverse doll collections? Yes, I do. Um, I have had people who have left comments on my channel that said little ugly black doll or something like that, or, the N word, on my Instagram account. So that's happened to me quite a few times, quite too many times. It hasn't happened as much as I know it's happened to other people, but it's happened too many times for my tastes. So there is some anti-blackness. Even when you try to get dolls, sometimes you want dolls for different purposes, like the Tulip dolls. I would like to have, like, just go to Tulip's website and be like, oh, and grab a black doll. But no, they don't have just outright black Tulip dolls. They just don't. Like with their little, I think there's a little kit. I think there's a kit, if I'm thinking about the right kind of doll. I might be thinking about the other brand that's similar to Tulip, but they're, I sometimes I just want to get like a Tulip or a Blythe, and it's already black, but they don't have those dolls like that. You have to get those custom made. I don't think they just have black Tulip or black Blythe dolls unless you're getting them from AliExpress or somewhere like that. So that's a little bit irritating to me when I think about it. But those companies are Asian companies, and as far as I'm concerned, they have their right to not make a black doll if they don't want to make a black doll. Also, oh goodness gracious, I forgot my point. I don't know. It's just kind of upsetting when your hobby is to collect dolls, and then there's some doll brands you wish you could collect, and then you cannot because they don't offer a black doll. And then, oh, here's my point. Okay. So then there have been dolls that they do make black dolls, but they do it in such a way to where if you're black, you'll gasp. If you're black or African, like, you'll gasp because they'll do it in such a way that is just so disrespectful that you'll just be like, I don't want this doll now because you've done it in such a disrespectful way. I don't want this doll. And then there's people that'll tell you that black dolls don't sell. That's the racist type of thing, or anti-black type of thing. Oh, black dolls don't sell. I believe they do, and then when they do, when somebody does produce a black doll, then it always costs more than the white doll a lot of times. Like the Barbie Looks doll that is, I don't know, number 10, 11, or 12, one of those numbers, the Simone face mold or whatever, the tall one. Like, it's always somebody trying to sell her for more than what you think she should be sold. So yes, there is definitely anti-blackness, and I think that should be discussed a lot more in the world, because I just think people should be made more aware of it. And then like, what was those dolls that just recently came out? There was an issue that came out with those too. Let me look real quick. I remember having a discussion with someone when the Creative Soul dolls came out. And they were like, oh, why are they mostly like dark-skinned dolls? Like, how come they didn't come out with lighter-skinned dolls? And the whole point of the Creative Soul dolls were, it said it in their description, was because they wanted to celebrate dark skin. So when somebody comes in to have something to say about a brand that's clearly telling you what it's about, and you say, oh, what about lighter skinned dolls? What about lighter skinned dolls? Lighter skinned dolls? And the brand is telling you we're here to celebrate darker skinned dolls. To me, you're already disrespecting that line, because the brand is already telling you what they're there about. So I had to tell some people in the comments, look, the whole point of you coming into the comments and talking about what about light skin, what about light skin, what about light skin girls representation, they've never not had representation. So I'm trying to understand what you're talking about. So I don't know. I may ruffle some feathers, but this is anti-blackness.